Hi everyone, you are back in my kitchen. It's Stephanie, and I'm going to do a beef stew in my pressure cooker. I usually do my beef stews in my crock pot, and the reason I like to do it in the crock pot is because it comes out thicker. Now, I have really never done it in my pressure cooker, but we're gonna try it today because really it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's Sunday, and I got things to do, so I can't wait all day to eat. And it would take me a few hours to do that in my crock pot. But one day I'm going to show you how to do it in the crock pot. But today it is for the pressure cooker. Yes, the pressure cooker. And I already turned it on. I believe. Let's see. It's on hot. Perfect. Okay. So what I'm going to do is thank everyone for always being here. Please. I said one thing I'm going to do. But I want to let you know that I put about maybe a quarter cup of flour in some seasonings that I want to use in this bag. And I'm going to I already washed my meat off, the stew beef. I got 2 pounds of stew beef. And I'm doing this step. You don't really have to do this step. And you really don't have to worry about this being crowded, with, when you put stuff in, it doesn't really matter because we're making stew. And the reason is I always think, when I say stew, when I think stew, I think it thick. I don't like a soup. That's why I'm trying it with this pressure cooker. And I don't want to put too much liquid in here, just enough to bring it up to pressure. But I put all the stew beef in this bag, 2 pounds. And I'm just going to coat it with some flour. And flour is a thickener. That's really why I'm doing this, because flour is a thickener. So, and I got it all coated. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use a little canola oil that I have. I'm going to put it in so it could get just a little bit. Just to get it hot so I could fry it up a little bit. Now, of course, the pressure cooker is wonderful because if you wanted to get that crispiness on your meat, you could easily just fry it up in this pot, or you would have to use the stove, and then you had to fry it up, and you got to put it in the pressure cooker. In the crock pot. In general, I don't even do that with the crock pot. I just dump it all in, and it comes out good anyway. But if you want that crispiness, you can do it this way, and it comes out fine. But either way, it'll come out fine. So it's getting hot. Oh yeah, it's getting hot in there. So what I'm going to do is put this meat inside. And I hear it sizzling. That's an airplane. I live near the airport. Now, truthfully, I don't really mind the flour because, like I said, it'll thicken this up. And in this pot, sometimes it comes out soupy, and I don't want soupy. I want stew. So I'm going to put a little less, and we're going to see where we're at. So I'm just going to saute this, give it about maybe 5 minutes, really saute it. And of course, the oil and the flour is making a roux, which will thicken it up. So that's all good. I'm going to let this go. As I said, I seasoned it with in my flour. Actually, I put some onion powder in there while this is cooking here. I put a little pepper, black pepper in it. I put some onion salt in it, and I put I put some paprika in it, just a little, and I put some beef base in here. Now I'm going to layer this so it all gets flavor as it's going through. That's what I'm going to do, and it should really be good. And we should have enough for dinner and enough for tomorrow, and I can bring some to lunch. So that's how we are doing that. Gonna let it cook a little bit, and you'll be watching that. We'll be watching some of that as we're doing that. I'll tell you what, I'll be back in like 5 minutes, and we'll look at see what it looks like when it's brown. Okay? Hi everybody, you're back and I'm back, and this has been browning a little bit for maybe 2-3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes. And when you see in this pot, you see at the bottom, you got that as I call it, good, where you've been frying. You want to keep that, and also it also has the flour in it, which, as I said, will thicken it. So this should come out pretty good. So I'm about ready to put the next thing in. And really, my next thing is going to be some liquid. So I'm putting in 2 cups, a little bit more, just a little bit more, than 2 cups of the better than bouillon. This better than bouillon is the beef one, and I stuck a little bit of the garlic one in there. And I'm going to pour that in right now. With that, all right now, what I'm going to do is deglaze this, because the thing about the electric pressure cooker is that whenever there's something stuck on the bottom, like like this nice glazing here, or like some tomato paste when you're making some spaghetti or whatever, this thing may not come to pressure because there's something stuck at the bottom. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to try to deglaze it as best as I can, so I don't. And you can feel it with the spoon, or this is my spurtle. You can feel it with my spurtle that it's not, that what's at the bottom is not at the bottom. And actually, this is starting to look a little thick, which I like. Okay, it's actually good. All right, this is good. Now I'm just going to stick some onions in here. This is about 2 onions. Stick this onion all chopped up. Finish with that. Good chopped up onion. Put the onion in. Stir that up. Okay. You know, this is stew. All right. The next thing I'm going to put in is some carrots. So I got, what's it about? This is I think a pound. Got a pound of carrots, little baby carrots. Like I said, I don't have all day. So we're going to put this baby carrots in here. Stir it up a little bit too, just a little. And right at this time, I'm going to add a little more seasoning. My mother used to like to use the paprika in her stew. It gave it a little color. So I'm going to put sprinkle a little paprika in here. Like, do a little layer in here, and then I'm going to put. Leave it in. You can leave it in. Then I'm going to put a little parsley and garlic in here. Just a bit, little parsley and garlic, and then I'm going to put a little onion powder in. Here we go. And I'm definitely going to put some beef gravy mix in. Sprinkle that right in. There you go. And I'm going to put a little bit more onion salt. I generally don't use a lot of salt, but in a stew I think onion salt really is necessary. So I put that in there, especially with the potatoes. So I got these potatoes. I cut them up, and I'm going to throw them, excuse me, I'm going to throw my potatoes right in. You do like potatoes in ours. This is one of my brother's favorite dishes that my mom used to make. Except she ended up making it in a crock pot. She used to just make it on the stove. But he likes that. The difference today that I'm going to put in mine is I'm going to put my my tomatoes that I got from my garden in there, and a little bit of tomato paste. My mother didn't really use the tomato paste much, but I'm going to try a little tomato paste in mine and see how that goes. So there goes my potatoes, and with that, it's going to definitely get a little bit more paprika, so it could get that brown look in it. This is not cutting it for me. This is better. Okay, that's paprika in there, and again, just a little tiny bit more onion, salt right on top, because potatoes need some salt. And today, you see my tomatoes? These are my cherry tomatoes that came from my garden. You see, I'm putting it in front of the pot so the pot could catch that. Those are my garden cherry tomatoes, and I'm throwing them in there. Why not? Put these tomatoes right up in there, and I'm going to put just a little bit of tomato paste in there, just a spoonful. And the other thing we got is frozen string beans and frozen peas. And I'm throwing them in there. So everything that you need to eat is in this pot. So I'm going to throw some frozen string beans in here. And actually the pot is just about up to capacity. I'm going to throw these peas in here. We always like peas in it. So I'm going to throw the peas in. Most of the peas are going in. Okay. That is up to capacity. This is an 8-quart pot. So this thing is up to capacity. No more. No more. Now, I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to turn it off the simmer. Do that, turn it off the simmer, and I'm going to put the top on. Okay, there's the top. I want to put it on sealing, and I want to close it, and it is closed. All right, now it is on. It is on, and we'll be back when it comes to pressure, and when we release the pressure in 30 minutes. Pressure right now. Ooh. There is a lot of steam up in there. So we're gonna wait for it to come down, and let's see what we got. Okay, so the steam came out, and I'm gonna open this thing up, and let's see what we got. Whoa, look at there. You can see all the peas inside. That's for sure. Let's see. And my tomatoes rose to the top. Okay. There it is. Look, that's my beef stew in my pressure cooker. So, everyone, I thank you all for coming. I want you to please keep subscribing. I'm almost real close. I think I was at $4.95 the last time I looked, which is not bad. So I say by the time you see this, I'll be over 500. And I appreciate all the subscriptions and all the thumbs up and all the comments. And if you got any questions about anything, just put them down in the comment section. In this particular video, you can use whatever seasonings you like to make your stew. Everybody, have a good Sunday, have a good day, and I will talk to you all later. Have a good one. Bye-bye. it.